Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map, and today I want to share the prompts for the day 18th and 19th of 31 Days of Tarot. The day 18 asked us, how do you pick your decks for readings? I'm really easy. First of all, I think you can read with any deck, anytime. There are decks that are more suited for spiritual readings, for business readings, for partners readings, for love readings, and so on and so forth. But in general, I can read with any deck for anything, and I don't mind too much. I think it comes from the fact that I studied tarot really well in like classic version, so I know exactly uh, what the archetypes in tarot are, how the tarot is built, where it came from, how it changed, and how it's evolving over the years anyway. So for some reason that made it easier for me to use. I can use any deck, I can read any deck, and also I love to include the non-traditional decks because that makes my seeing sharper and clearer and better, and I find it really interesting and not too boring to just stick to, 12-based meanings or Rider-Waite-Smith based meanings. I love to read what I see on the pictures. So when I pick decks for my readings, my main kind of prompt to pick a deck is what I feel right now I like. I usually go via myself. If I like a deck or I find like fascinated, I'm fascinated about a deck, that's probably a deck I'm going to pick. I often use new decks for customers straight away, or for clients, I get a deck and I'm like, oh, this deck is so amazing, and then I have a client reading to do, I use this deck. Sometimes I might help myself with a book, or figure out the meaning of a card, maybe by using some other cards to help me out and like to fit the whole story. But most of the time the decks I pick for readings are the decks that I'm fascinated about at the moment of the reading. I do have certain decks that I like to use. I like to use Marseille decks for client readings because they're very clear to me. I love to read positionally, so I look at people, if they look right, left, future tense, past tense, how that all connects. And that's my favorite type of reading. But also I love to use decks that have pictures and they show, for example, different times of the year or have astrological connections. But most of the times, yeah, decks I like. So then the tarot rituals, before, during, and after. I'm an easy reader. I love woo-woo, but I don't do much woo-woo. I actually prefer to be grounded, so usually I take some time by myself before the reading, and also with client when they arrive or when I have a Skype conversation, to just have a short 3 deep breaths so we can arrive at this place, at this time, in this moment, when we're together at the same page, and we can kind of create a sacred space, because there will be, like cosmic DJs, the energies will be mixed and revealed and opened up, and I would like the client also to be aware that this is quite a fascinating moment when we can touch some beauty, and beauty always creates a possibility of healing for a person and for the reader as well. So that would be one of my rituals. And sometimes I have a certain crystal which I use during the readings. It's my whaley crystal. I love this whale energy because it reminds me of Akashic records and of the enormous library of humanity, human and non-human energies that are available to us. So whale is one of those spirit animals which I would invite very often to the readings. But that's not something which I have to have. I love rituals and I do rituals very, very often. But I'm really aware that a ritual is just help, and it's directing of energy. That's how you create magic, and it all comes from you anyway. So I always love to keep my feet on the ground and be aware of what's real in the situation. And rituals, beautiful decks, beautiful things we do, they all amazing, but it's all the, you know, superficial kind of level to what really prompts us to do it. So the intention is really important, and also the awareness of what you're actually doing with the rituals. But I do believe that like psychomagical acts and rituals help the clients and ourselves while doing tarot reading. Sometimes we touch upon some important emotion or something which is just, you know, creeping out from the unconsciousness, and an act of psychomagical ritual can ground us or break through very simply without thinking too much, um, through pulse of this energy that holds us in. Like for example, I don't know, when we're afraid, we can, you know, have an I team. When during the reading we can consciously put all our fear into it and then like dig it under the ground so it can dissolve. And sometimes there is a shift, energetic shift, that happens while you do this ritual, when you truly kind of focus and direct your energy and believe strongly that that's exactly what's going to happen. So, you know, thought it's powerful, and the rituals we do have to come from this place of power, then they work. So I love rituals, but for tarot readings, I keep it very simple and very grounded. And unless I see that there is a need for a psychosomatic act of, you know, breaking with something, then I probably wouldn't do too many rituals with people. But that depends. I hope that helps, and I speak to you soon. Bye.